we will be working in all this terrain quite a bit over the course of this trains project. Wait, does this go back to the other map? I don't think it does. I'm pretty sure it sticks to this side. Although, given how far this is, no, I'm pretty sure it sticks to this side of the map. Alright, through some mountains in the desert. This is a sand that has fallen into a ravine, I think. Or maybe it is just a ravine. And there, believe it or not, is a pyramid. You can't see it because it's mostly buried underground. Look at this thing. You can't even see the top of it. We are... Oh, there it is. Alright, so there's a pyramid. There's a pyramid down here. Although you can't really tell. There's the top of it. So we need to excavate this, right? Eventually, we're gonna have to excavate this pyramid out from underneath the sand. And then it's gonna be kinda... We can go down the top here. It's just completely caved in, look at that. Alright, well, there's a pyramid in here, for sure. I mean, each of these locations really deserve to be built. Or to be modified, at least. Alright, we go all the way back. Back to the last village, where we branched off. Here. Is the game constantly spawning more villages, or is it only once? Look how many villages there are. Must be the last update, they changed something. Alright, so from this village, we follow these torches down here to another village. And this one is kind of interesting because the path goes between these mountains here, through a valley. I'm slightly concerned that the valley might be too narrow for the minecart track, but it'll be nice if we can like go through the valley like this. The thing is, like, real world geography often have lines. Like a river is a line, a valley is a line, a mountain range. Mountain range is often also a line because it's like, if you know how tectonic plates work, mountain ranges often form when two tectonic plates push up against each other, right? So there's a line where they push up against each other. Or if there's a volcano chain, a chain of islands in the ocean, then that's also a line because the tectonic plates move across a hotspot and a chain of volcanoes form over millions of years. So, like in the natural world, there are a lot of lines, you know, like coastlines, mountain ranges, rivers. In Minecraft, there's no tectonic plates, and so there's no lines. So it's not very often that you have a valley like that in a way that makes sense. Or like glacial valleys are also lines, like the glacier comes down the mountain and it carves a valley in the line down to the sea. Like there's directions Or like things in the real world have directionality, whereas things in Minecraft don't, because there's no weathering, there's no glaciers, there's no tectonic plates. Things in Minecraft are just blobs. If you look at the maps in Minecraft, they're just blobs. And like I feel like lines are more interesting than blobs, because you know there's a direction, there's an action, right? A glacier or a river is an action. Like the river carves a valley. There's an action there of water flowing downhill. All right, so there's a village in the desert, and they built everything out of sand, so everything just looks like a part of the desert. I don't know about. I mean, should the roofs also be? Shouldn't it be clay or something? I don't know. The desert village doesn't stand out at all. Look at that. Okay, so where are we going now? So we come to the village from that way. There is a path going that way and one going this way. Alright, let's go this way first. There's a line in this direction to yet another village. There's a whole lot of villages in this quadrant. And quite a few desert temples or jungle temples as well. Alright, traveling through more desert. Boy, this is the most boring part. I swear to you, this will be the most boring part of the playthrough, just walking around. Once we're done, once we have surveyed the entire area, we will begin building, and that's where the interesting stuff will start, I promise you. I blame the terrain generation in Minecraft. I guess I also blame the fact that the buildings are so far apart. But I think what I want to demonstrate, I think one thing I want to prove in this particular project is just how much better a transport system will make the terrain. Like the terrain, naturally generated terrain in Minecraft is boring as hell. Nothing wrong with planning out. Yeah, well, we have to plan it out. Like, we have to look at this stuff. I'm talking to the Cody again. Like, I am, you know, if we want to do this well, we do have to plan this stuff out. So it's not, I'm not saying planning it out is bad, but having to walk through all this stuff is not that, it's not fun. Like, planning is just like being a janitor is not fun. And building roads is not fun. But roads are good when they're done, right? So this will be good when it's done. It's just not that interesting. So we're here. We have a village. In fact, is this one village or two villages? It's one village. And we have some houses. What is this guy like? Who lives there and why? Why would you do that? Why would you do this? This guy doesn't even have a front door anymore. The front door is inside the cliff. It's on the other side. How do you... Is it... There's a villager in here. How do you even get in there? It's back... The door's there, isn't it? We're gonna make sure not to let him out. Alright, well you stay here. You stay safe, bro. Alright, well that's yeah, okay. That's the village. Okay, there's a village here. Where do we come from? There's two more paths. There's so many branches. Most of the stuff is on the is on this quadrant of the map. We have a jungle temple in this direction, and you can see the jungle is over to the left a little bit. I really wish the map markers work. It'd be a lot easier for me to plan stuff out if the map markers worked. And it'd be a lot easier for me to point out to you what I intend to do as well if the map markers work. You can kind of see I mean, I put lights there, so you can see the jungle temple there already. Why don't they have roads? Like, why don't they naturally generate roads between the build structures? I think that would be a good idea. If there were naturally generated roads between the villages in the game, it would give the whole experience a sense of purpose. Anyway, here's a jungle temple. Alright, so there's a jungle temple here. And I believe that's the end of this branch. Yeah, alright, so let's just fly back. So we got Savannah there. We don't have a pass through the Savannah. Maybe we'll make one eventually. I guess we want to go through all the biomes. Alright. Back to this village here, and then down the other branch. I mean, imagine if you play Skyrim and there weren't any roads. Can you even imagine? It's subtle. Well, it's subtle until you see it, I think. Does World of Warcraft have roads? I haven't played World of Warcraft very much. There are roads, right? Yeah, there are roads. What other games can we use to highlight the concept? I think Skyrim is the one that people understand. Imagine Skyrim, but with no roads in it. Alright, so there's another village here. This one is Acacia based, because we're in a savanna. And there is also, believe it or not, farms. There's farms on top of the mountain, which you can't even get up here. We need to think of names for these villages. I think I'm gonna call this village Ambition. Well, I mean, there's technically a road, but you can't actually travel on this. Like, look at this. There's a path there, and then there's a path here, which doesn't really work, but... And then there's a house on the side of the path. Ambition, Vertigo, Tall Tales. What's a good pun to name this village? And then there's a farm set in the middle of the mountain, and the carrots don't grow because there's not enough light. Is that what's going on? Wait, so it doesn't see the sky. Oh, it doesn't see the sky, so during the night it's too dark, and then the carrots don't grow. I think that's what's going on. This is interesting. Interesting and also whack. Just arms up there. Alright, so there's a village over here, and then we're going back, right? Because there's no... Oh wait, no, there's another branch down here. In fact, it's a big branch down here. Jungle Temple. This one goes for a long way this way. In fact, Jungle Temple there. Jungle Temple there as well. So I think there's like 3 or 4 jungle temples down the left-hand side of this map. The llama doesn't have knees. Should it have knees or should it not have knees? Alright, this one's pretty close. The jungle temple is right here on the border. So we don't have to dive deep into the jungle for this one, which is probably good. So there it is. The jungle temple there. We should probably excavate this, or at least clear the jungle around it a little bit. Alright, let's go back. Back to the junction, and then down this way. And this one I'm pretty sure goes for a long way, because it's like at the bottom left corner of the map, this one. Maybe I should run. Let me oops, well, not fall in the water. Let me run through this. So you got jungle on one side, running through the plains. Run, 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 run. It's a bird! Is that new? It's a parrot. That's new, right? I've never seen a parrot in Minecraft before. Alright. Alright, you enjoy your life, parrot. And then we run over here. So we don't have to go through the jungle here at least. Maybe we go through a little bit further ahead. Alright, so we go across the plains. All the way down. So much nothing. Look how much nothing there is. You fly really fast. I mean, it'll be nice to have a train coming across here. Or like, you know, have minecart tracks coming along here. And then up ahead is where we start plunging into the jungle and things become more complicated. Across here, and then we dive straight into the trees and you can't see where we're going anymore. I mean, it's difficult to avoid because if you look at the map, the jungle goes all the way up to the water. So either we bridge across the water, or we have to clear a path through the jungle to get down here. I mean, I guess this is okay. Like if we... Maybe if we could just clear a little bit through the jungle. Just as a real world discussion. So people environmentalists object to building roads through the Amazon forest. Or the Amazon jungle, I guess it is. Because once you build a road, then the logging trucks can get into the jungle. And then people can chop down the trees. And so wherever the roads are built, the Amazon gets cut down. So just, when like the government opens up the or rather they try to build roads into the jungle because there are people who live there. And they try to kind of open up the jungle a little bit so people can travel. But when it happens, then people can chop down trees and use trucks to take the logs out. So that's a thing in the real world. Just thinking about building a road through a jungle and whether or not I want to do it. Where does this go? Okay, we're going back into the jungle for some reason. I forgot why I chose this path, but it seems a little convoluted.